Good day, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. This is Amy Otley Beckett, and I am presiding over this trial for you. Today, we have reached what is called a stipulation. The parties have agreed to certain facts to be placed in evidence as an exhibit. You must therefore treat these facts as having been proved. When the parties enter into a stipulation as to material facts, those facts will be deemed to be conclusively proved, and the jury may be so instructed. As part of your instruction, you can assume that with a stipulation signed by the attorney for the defendant, that the defendant has no objection to the admission of these documents. These documents will include 3 separate documents. The first of which is a resume by the expert in document examination. I will give you a moment to review her experience, skills, and education. The next document is the stipulation itself. It is hereby stipulated by and through plaintiff, United States of America, and defendant Frank William Malone, that the parties agree to consider as truth without objection the resume, the certificate of authentication, and the report of the expert examiner. These documents are entered into evidence without contest or objection, and therefore cannot be subject for appeal. Signed, Shane Finnegan, prosecutor, Jordan Olson, defense attorney. It is so ordered. The next document is the certificate of authenticity for the expert opinion and report. Certificate of authenticity of document examiner report. The undersigned declarant hereby declares, certifies, verifies, and states under penalty of perjury the following. The declarant is a document specialist and can provide a written declaration regarding the report, which are the subject of this certification. The 12 check numbers and the fraudulent details, which are the subject of this certification, are located on the report. The findings are tested and examined thoroughly prior to deciding the checks were fraudulent and are located on the report. The report was made for trial purposes for the case of United States of America versus Frank William Malone. It is hereby declared, certified, and stated under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct, signed by the document specialist. Now to the report itself. Here is the document examiner's report. The 12 fraudulent checks were transported to the police station where they were taken into the evidence room so the checks could be logged in and tagged by Agent Gigi McKenzie. The property room officer signed in the evidence along with the date received, then deposited the evidence into the evidence locker. Those checks arrived here by Agent Clark Olivier on February 14th, 2019, and were retrieved by her along with this report on June 12th, 2020. Findings. I inspected check number 193611 for true in-paper watermarks by holding the check up to the light. Next, I checked for small print signature line resembling a dashed line by using a magnifying glass. Third, I probed for randomly placed red and blue fibers by examining the check as the fibers should be visible. To double check, I used a magnifying glass and still found no red or blue fibers to probe. Last, I applied a process to examine the presence of chemical sensitive paper by using high polarity solvents and oxidants to stain the paper. However, it did not stain. The check failed inspection of authenticity in all 4 areas. Findings: within a reasonable degree of scientific certainty and trace evidence analysis, this check processed by Lisa Smith with Pan Am is fraudulent. The findings are identical for checks number 193614, 193617, 193619, 193621, 193624, 193627, 193641, 193642, 193647, 193672, 193647. The examiner below certifies the above is accurate and true, and testing is done pursuant to the rules and specifications of the 2020 Board of the Governors of the Federal Reserve System, Jerome Powell Chair. Signed by Hermione Dells, notarized by Aminette Wynn. The stipulation is as you find it. The parties have agreed that all of the facts contained within the paragraphs and findings of this document are thereby treated as facts and truthful. Though you may still have doubts about weight, you may no longer have doubts about authenticity. That concludes the stipulation of this exhibit.